All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the PlayStation Culture Rapid Fire, where we talk about little big PlayStation news. We have some pretty awesome topics to go over today. We had some updates on some stuff. We had some major acquisitions and more updates on on stuff that we've been getting forever now. But let me just kind of go over the list of some of the things that we're going to be talking about. The first one being Crunchyroll. Sony made a big move there. The second one being, geez, another GTA update. I mean, come on at this point. Whatever. And then obviously there was another update for Spider-Man, which we're going to go over that. And then the infamous abandoned. Nobody knows what the hell it is, but I mean, I don't know. We all thought we were going to get something, but we're going to go over that too. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and kick it off. So apparently Sony has finalized a deal with Crunchyroll, where they where they basically are planning on adding Crunchyroll into PlayStation Plus, and they're literally taking over the subscriber base for Crunchyroll. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, man. I mean, and they bought it for $1 billion. So, I mean, they even stated here that anime is just a growing industry, and I can read it directly here. It says we're very excited to welcome Crunchyroll to the Sony Group. Kenichiro said that, the CEO of Sony Group Corp, and they mentioned that anime is just a growing market, and they're just excited to kind of have Crunchyroll, in the group here. But I know one thing. I'm gonna go back because I'm an old school anime fan. I'm not really into this new like harem, bullshit that they have nowadays. Man, I'm gonna go back and watch one of the animes that I used to love as a kid, Orphan. It's about some crazy ass, magician, and he goes on this crazy adventure. So I'm looking forward to kind of looking into that. But yeah, overall, man, I think that's pretty cool that they're going to be adding it into the PlayStation Plus. Um, but yeah, I don't know, Josh. Did you have anything you thought about that specifically?
I mean, if they're going to come out with an enhanced version, I wonder how much it is going to cost. I'm kind of thinking about that, and how that's going to look, how that's going to cater to the PlayStation Plus, and just stuff like that. It's possible that they may kind of have like anime come out, kind of like the PlayStation Plus games. That'd be pretty interesting to give it some more value, especially when you don't have when you have droughts and stuff like that. So I think it's a good idea. Honestly, I think it's a good idea. We have to just see how it plays out, really. But other than that, I don't. I still think about how how that's going to work here. But moving on to the next subject here, we have some rumors about GTA and how they have an expanded and enhanced version that would supposedly run 4K at 60 frames per second on a PS5. I think we were introduced to this before the PlayStation 5 was actually, I think it was when the PlayStation 5 was released. So, honestly, I've never really liked Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5. I thought the move to more realism wasn't my cup of tea. Too much input latency. So the 60 frames per second will definitely help. 1080p from 720p when they moved it from PS3 to 4. I mean, it made a difference, but games have advanced so far. You know what I'm saying? You're looking at Red Dead. Unless this is like a remake, Red Dead style, I'm not really down for that, honestly. I mean, I guess make your money, man, because they sold like 120 or 150 million games. And I mean, honestly, that game is fucking, what is it? It's going to be a 10-year-old game, and they're still releasing it. But then again, you have World of Warcraft, so that's something. Hey,
But you gotta think of it like this. You get to watch 4K 60 strip clubs, man.
yeah, with them old ass pixelated titties. No subsurface scattering. You don't see the red light bouncing through the nipples. Man, see, I don't know. I'm just over the game. I mean, does this excite you?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I've never really, The last time I played a GTA game was years ago, man. I've never really been like a huge. I'm like one of the three people who I'm not like a huge fan of the GTA series at this point, man. But I mean, for those who love the game, I'm sure there are gonna be a bunch of people jumping back into those strip clubs, man. I mean, more power to you. No, I ain't passing no judgment over here, man. It is what it is. But speaking of an update for a game that's been heavily rumored, is Abandoned. So Abandoned is apparently a survival horror game that's supposed to be Kojima, Silent Hill, Metal Gear, maybe, scary. Who the fuck knows? I don't know what it is, but all I do know is that we were supposed to get a release today on the on their PlayStation 5 Experience app, where you're supposed to be able to feel everything and I don't know, experience the 3D audio and you know what, man? They had everybody waiting until 3 o'clock, bro, Eastern time. And guess what? They had technical issues. Come on, man. At this point, I feel like it seems like every time that they have like a major announcement, for their abandoned game, there's always some kind of ridiculous issue, man. The first time it was localization issues, and now it was some technical issue on the day, dude. Literally on the dot when the game was supposed to start or supposed to, debut or whatever, and they still haven't fixed it. We're still waiting. I'm still waiting. At this point, it's either incompetence or they are making some high IQ Dr. Xavier read everybody's minds kind of thing, man. I don't know. But at this point, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of over it. That shit has to be a banger or I'm just kind of over it, man. I don't know. What do you think, man?
I really told myself that it wasn't Silent Hill. But, the creator insists that he had nothing to do with it, and then showed characters with eye patches, have very similar font, use similar music to what Kojima would use, and then kind of tried to release an interactive trailer similar to Kojima, and then claim that I don't have anything to do with it. Sony has been quiet about their shenanigans, and then you just don't show up twice. First it was like a technical issue. This time, not only did they not show up, but they start deleting videos and stuff off of their social media page. So the only thing I could think of, honestly, is that they're shutting everything down to finally unveil what they've been hiding for the whole time. Originally, they were talking about there was a guy that was kidnapped, and you have to try to escape. And you have to time your shots. You have to make sure that you're shooting. Because if you run or if you're scared, maybe there's some sort of fear meter, which I think there were some games back in the day that used to do that. You just have to time your shots and escape. So I was excited for that. Supposedly it's an open world game too, and they didn't even show that. So they literally were worse than my subverted expectations. So,
bro, like literally, how do you throw your own party and not show up to your own party, bro?
They didn't even bring food.
They said bring your own shit.
They just said here's the house. I mean, and then they didn't even open a gate. It said it's like throwing a party. You didn't bring any food. The gate is still closed, so you can't get on the property, and then you don't even show up at that house. Ain't that a bitch? So I don't want to say I'm over it. I really am trying to see this thing through. This is super like fascinating to me, honestly. Like, this is like, what the fuck? What is this? I thought this was going to be nice, and it was perfect because I had a lunch break at 3, so this was going to be enough time for me to watch it and make my own video about what I found. And nope, not at all. Because fuck you. And then you had what do you call it? Shuhei Yoshida going to sit there talking about some nigga, open your mouth and I can't. What is this game?
Man. Hopefully, whatever they show is just boss, You know what I mean? Because at this point, it has to be.
They have everything is going to be like a disappointment. Anything that they show because of these shenanigans, you'll get over it, but it'll be a disappointment. Honest to goodness. But
And
you
they
know,
even had a teaser.
huh?
They even had a teaser.
They had a small teaser that looked very Silent Hill-esque of some guy walking, same type of hard, fucking, hardwood floor walking shoes, and then nothing. But you want to know what isn't a disappointment is Insomniac Games. They seem to be just Sony's crown jewel tiara, or whatever you want to fucking call it. They just now updated their game again, the Miles Morales. Citing improvements in stability. So we don't know what it is. I mean, it didn't even drop frames in the first place. What is it, higher frame rate when you do ray tracing like performance? We don't know because PS5 doesn't show, which they should really implement, what a patch will do. So we don't know, but it's pretty crazy that they're still working on it. Consequently, I would imagine they would be working on it because the game sold 6.5 million. So it'll be but the game, I don't have any. There's nothing wrong with the game. I don't know why you keep touching it. Like, why don't you just make everything 60 frames a second, like even performance mode? I mean, even like a fidelity mode. Like I don't know. Maybe they did the same thing with Ratchet, just using the same engine. So maybe they did the whole 40 frames per second, but we don't know. But I don't really have anything else to say about that, just in general. So. What about you? What do you have to say about that?
I mean, I don't know, man. It seems like Sony and Insomniac, man, they just sucker punched everybody when they released the game, and they're still beating the shit out of them, man. That's really what it is. They said here, we're gonna give you this 4K 60 ray tracing. You know what? Take this 4K 60 ray tracing. Some more, they just keep beating it, beating everybody with it, man. And you know what? I'm not gonna complain about it, man. I mean, if they keep making the game better, I'm happy. I'm glad because at least they feel like their game is like worth, the worth of the game is like I don't know, good enough for them to continue to want to make it better. You know what I mean? So that to me speaks volumes. So I like that a lot, man. I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, I'm tired of this beating though, to be honest. But I can't complain, man. That's the good kind of pain. You know what I mean? But outside of that, I think that's it. That's pretty much it, man. We don't really have anything else to talk about. We had some interesting stuff here. Some updates, some major purchases, some old ass games that keep getting updated for whatever reason, and there's a damn abandoned game which so over it, man. But unless you have anything else to say, Josh, man, I'm all spent, man. You got anything to say?
No. I mean, hopefully they something comes through for abandon. I don't know. They abandoned us.
Yeah, they blue ball games. That's what I'm gonna call them now. But anyway, guys, that's it. Yeah, if you liked it, man, just drop that like, drop the subscribe. You can also follow us on our social media, Culture of PS on Twitter, or you could just type in PlayStation Culture and you'll see us there. We're always active. You can also jump in the Discord if you guys are interested. We have a lot of fun little things we talk about and just inside jokes and stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, guys, that's it. We out.
Peace.
Peace out.